Yo, what's up everyone, Starry right here, and welcome back to another Steelers video. The Steelers just played one of their best games this weekend, offensively and kind of defensively too. This was probably one of their best games this season. However, even though they played really well, there's still some things that didn't go our way. There were some penalties that were just really awful, very crucial. We had 7 penalties this game for 81 yards, and I'm going to talk about 2 of them that were just very dumb. But overall, this game was really good and the Steelers looked awesome. Before we get into the Steelers recap, make sure you like and subscribe so you do not miss out on any more Steelers recaps. And I also do NFL prediction videos weekly as well, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those as well. Alright, so like I said, the Steelers played one amazing game of football this week. They won the game 24-16 against the Panthers. And I think to start this video, I'm going to talk about some of the positives. And the thing to be most excited about from this game is the running game. We had over 150 yards rushing today. Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren looked really good. The Panthers could not stop them at all. And because we were so dominant on the rushing, it made the offense just smooth. It made the offense so smooth and just crispy, and everything was just flowing. And it just shows how much the Steelers really do need the run game to be good, so our passing game can be good, and then we could just have a whole good game overall. But yeah, the run game just looked really good. Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren were just finding a ton of holes, and they were just making plays. You know, they were just finding all the little like spots just to get in. You know, sometimes they wouldn't get a lot, but sometimes they would break for like a whole bunch, and it was just really good to see. When the Steelers are able to rush like this, it just makes the game so much easier for the quarterback, and it makes it so much easier on the defense as well, because our defense is able to rest. So yeah, rushing was such an important part of this game, and it was amazing. Another thing that I want to talk about is our third down efficiency. On third down, we were just amazing. We were so good. Mitch Trubisky was really like came up huge on third downs. There was multiple times on third down where Mitch Trubisky really just kept the ball and did a QB sneak, and we got the first down, and it kept our offense flowing. So yeah, going 12 for 16 is so good, dude. That efficiency is just perfect. And while we're talking about Mitch Trubisky also had a pretty decent game. Mitch Trubisky went 17 for 22, 179 and 0 interceptions. That's huge. You know, just last week he had 3 interceptions that really cost us that game, but he was able to clean that up, and he had a really good game this week. I'm really happy that Mitch Trubisky had a really good game and that we're able to win this one. But I'm also kind of, you know, like skeptical and like kind of just like, oh man, this kind of sucks, because I know that when Kenny Pickett's going to get his job back next week against the Raiders, and if he doesn't play good, or if he just has a subpar game, it's gonna be bad on Twitter again. And just the Steelers like fan, they're just gonna be so like harsh on Kenny Pickett, and then they're gonna be calling for Mitchell Trubisky, and it doesn't make it any easier for Kenny Pickett. So yeah, it's just gonna be rough. So hopefully, you know, Kenny Pickett is able to play, and he's up to, you know, he starts playing like he was playing. But yeah, we'll deal with that next week if that happens. Right now, I'm just really happy that Mitchell Trubisky won, and everything is good right now in the Steelers nation. And I know one person that's really happy he got fed today for sure, and that is Diontae Johnson. Diontae Johnson had an amazing game. He had 10 receptions for 98 yards. Diontae Johnson just had a masterclass game. However, there was one part of the game where Diontae Johnson almost sold, and that was after getting a huge first down in the red zone. He got an unsportsmanlike conduct, and that cost us 15 yards. In the red zone, that's awful. You know, the Steelers have had trouble in the red zone. Scoring in the red zone, we've been really bad. We've had to settle for a lot of field goals. So it was just really awful to see that Diontae Johnson got that unsportsmanlike penalty, and it cost us 15 yards. However, we were able to score a touchdown regardless of that penalty. While I want to be mad at Diontae Johnson for that penalty, I am, but I also understand where it's coming from. It's a whole bunch of just, you know, frustration. He hasn't been utilized this whole season. You know, he has just had to, you know, sit back and take some of the blows and everything. You know, he hasn't had a game like this in like since Ben, you know. It's been a really long time since he's had a masterclass performance. So I understand where all this, you know, pent up aggression and just frustration is coming from. However, he got to keep his head cool, because that could have cost us the touchdown. He was lucky that Najee Harris was able to score. Actually, I lied. It wasn't Najee Harris that scored that touchdown for us on that 21 play drive. It was actually Mitchell Trubisky. I forgot Mitchell Trubisky scored it. I remember it was a running play, and I looked it up again, and it was Mitchell Trubisky. So yeah, Mitchell Trubisky saved Diontae Johnson's behind. Mitch Trubisky was so good with those QB sneaks. I thought he was Najee Harris for a second. But yeah, Diontae Johnson, I'm not worried about him. I know he'll do fine later on in the season. Hopefully we are able to get him more involved like this. Maybe not like this, because no one else really got involved in the passing game, for being honest. So while it was good that Diontae Johnson got involved, hopefully next week, in the coming weeks, we can get other receivers involved and tight ends. George Pickens only had 2 catches. Maybe we could get him involved. He got to get involved for sure. But like Zach Gentry and Steven Sims and then Pat Freiermuth, all those guys need to get involved somehow. But I'm not mad with the Diontae Johnson masterclass performance. I'm not mad with it. I'll take it if it's a win. And I brought it up once, but I'll talk about it a little bit more. We had that 21 play drive, 91 yards, and it took 11 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock in the third quarter to start the third quarter as well. That was a very, very huge drive because we also got pinned back because of a penalty. So it started at Pittsburgh's 9. And the whole drive, we looked really, really good, I would say. The run game was able to go. Diontae Johnson was able to make catches, and then he was, we always talk that he always he runs backwards. He always loses more yards than he gains. But this time, this drive, he did it a few times where he would run backwards, but he would break it out, and he would turn upfield and we actually get a gain out of it. So it was actually kind of working. His playmaking was working this week. That's part of the reason why he had such a huge game. But yeah, everything was working on that 21 play drive. Now I think it's time to start talking about our defense. I kind of mentioned it at the beginning, but our defense really did show up when they really needed to. And they did an amazing job at stopping the run game of the Panthers. They only allowed 21 rushing yards the whole game. Now the Panthers aren't a crazy running team, but they do have Chuba Hubbard and D'Onta Foreman, who are pretty good. So to only hold them to 21 rushing yards was very, very awesome for the Steelers. And I've been saying it for some weeks now, but the Steelers have been really good at stopping the run. We've just been getting burned in the secondary. There's just been too many errors, too much ball watching going on, and not really playing coverage. And that happened a few times this game as well. And towards the third quarter, we got a sack on Sam Darnold. 2 sacks back to back, where it was 4th and 27. And this was gearing up to be just kind of, a put away game now. However, Marcus Allen, who plays only special teams, ran over to the Panthers huddle and just was pretending to be part of their huddle and listening to them talk. And he got an unsportsmanlike penalty that was 15 yards, and they gave the ball back to the Panthers. So yeah, that was the other dumb penalty that I wanted to talk about. It was just mind-boggling. A guy who only plays special teams, doesn't see the field any other time, did that. It was out of character. Oh, I don't even want to say it's out of character, but it was just so dumb. It was just unbelievable. And that was if they punted the ball back to us, all we had to do was really score a couple, maybe just a field goal. All we had to do was score a field goal and it'd probably be over, just hold them. If we could just run the clock out, obviously things could go either way. But yeah, he got that penalty and they went on and scored a field goal, which is luckily that we hold him. But man, that was crazy. It was just what are they doing? There was that's why I said there's 2 penalties this game that were just so dumb. The Diontae Johnson one, but I can understand it. But this guy, I don't even, we've never heard about him this whole season. So for him to do something like that is just kind of crazy, mind-boggling. I don't know this whole game was very chippy though. There was a lot of pushing together, the clanking helmets together and stuff. It was a very chippy game. But yeah, luckily our defense was able to just bounce back from that dumb penalty and it hold them to 3 points. So yeah, I was very happy with our defense. Our defense has been very iffy. Just coverage, we suck at coverage. We've been getting burned, but I think we did a pretty decent job at containing Sam Darnold. And they did have 188 yards throwing, but we got the win. We held him to 21 yards rushing, and we had him we made it where Sam Darnold had to win this game, and Sam Darnold wasn't able to. And if you remember last week during the Steelers recap, I was talking negatively on Percy Harvin, but he had a very good game. He was punting pretty good. So give a round of applause to Presley Harvin. He had a good game this week. I told you he could have really good games where he's kicking 54 yards, punting the ball 54 yards, and then other games he's doing 20-yard kicks. What is going on? But Presley Harvin had a good game today. I didn't really see any bad kicks, so yeah, give a round of applause for him. He improved from last week after that horrible performance. So yeah, I thought it was a really good game offensively. Rushing was just amazing. We couldn't ask for more from that. You know, they just looked amazing. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, they looked amazing. And that's very, very crucial if we want to be a good football team. So yeah, leave a comment, tell me how you feel about this Steelers win. Next week, we play the Raiders Christmas Eve, so it should be an interesting one. It'll be an interesting game. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in that next Steelers recap after on Christmas. On Christmas, there will be a Steelers recap, so make sure you subscribe so you do not miss that. And I hope to see you in that one as well. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.